Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Dear students, today we are starting the next chapter, chapter number 16. So, class 12th, chapter number 16. The name of the chapter is hydrocarbons. And this chapter we will discuss hydrocarbons like alkane, alkene, and alkynes in a huge detail. So, if you come to the first page of this chapter number 16, which is the hydrocarbons, you will see there is the first topic is types of hydrocarbons, and over there you will see a diagram like this, which I have drawn it here. So let me introduce what are the hydrocarbons. Is the name indicate hydro from hydrogen, carbon from carbon. So as the name indicates, these are the organic compounds which contain carbon and hydrogen atoms only in their molecules, no other atom or group of atoms. Okay, so the compounds of carbon and hydrogen are called hydrocarbons. So what are the hydrocarbons? What are the types of hydrocarbons? You would have heard, you would have came across through the alkane, alkene, alkynes, benzene. These are hydrocarbons. So now the types of hydrocarbons are broadly classified into two types. Okay, so one is the open chain or acyclic or aliphatic hydrocarbons. Here I have written HCS. HCS is the shortcut for hydrocarbons. HCS means hydrocarbon. So the first type is the open chain, also called acyclic or aliphatic hydrocarbons. Open chain means these are the hydrocarbons in which carbon atoms can link up together to form long chains. They can give branches at various points, but they will never form cycles or rings. Okay, so they will not form close rings. They may be as long as may have many carbon atoms. They can give branches, but they will not have even at least a small ring of 3 carbons. So they do not have any ring in their structures. These may be open chain, straight chain. Okay, so they may be branched or straight chain compounds. So that's why they are also called acyclic. Acyclic means without having a cycle or open chain. They are also called aliphatic. Alipher means fats, the first fat. And this term is a Greek term which means the first fat. Why they are called first fats? Because they were first of all obtained from such compounds. Aliphatic open chain compounds were obtained from fats. So that's why they are called aliphatic, obtained from fats. Okay, so open chain compounds may be clear to you. They are further subdivided into two types. One is the saturated hydrocarbon, other are called unsaturated hydrocarbons. The examples of the saturated hydrocarbons is alkanes, also called paraffins. Saturated hydrocarbon or alkanes or paraffins are the hydrocarbons which have carbon-carbon single bond only in their molecules, no double or triple bonds. So those hydrocarbons in which all the valencies of carbon are satisfied by the single bond only, and there is no double or triple bond in their structures. Such hydrocarbons are called saturated hydrocarbons. They have the maximum number of hydrogen atoms. They are saturated with hydrogen atoms. That's why they are called saturated hydrocarbons. They are also called alkanes. For example, methane, ethane, propane, butane. You know these compounds. Methane has the formula CH4, ethane has the formula C2H6. Propane has the formula C3H8. You can draw their structures. Okay, so all these are what? These are saturated hydrocarbons. They are also called alkane. They are also called paraffins. Paraffins. Param from param, fins from affinus. Param affinus mean least reactive. They have very limited reactions. They do not react easily. They are very inert molecules because carbon-carbon bond, single bond is a very strong bond which do not break easily, so they do not react easily. That's why they are called paraffins, least reactive. They have little affinity to undergo chemical reaction. That's why they are called paraffins. The other type of the open chain hydrocarbon is the unsaturated hydrocarbons. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons which contain at least one carbon-carbon double bond or carbon-carbon triple bonds in their molecules, or they may have both, or two double bond or two triple bond, but they have at least one double bond or triple bond in their structures. So unsaturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons which contain at least one multiple bond. Multiple bond mean double bond or triple bond in their structures. Such hydrocarbons are called unsaturated hydrocarbons. Examples are the ethene, ethine, propene, propyne, and many others. Okay, so as they may have double bond or they may have triple bond, so that's why they are further classified into alkenes, which are also called olefins, and alkynes, which are also called acetylenes. So examples of alkenes are ethene, formula C2H4, propene C3H6, and so on. They are also called olefins. Olefins mean oil producer. Why they are called oil producers, oil generators? Because when alkenes are allowed to react with the halogens, they produce some oily products. That's why they were known as alkenes. They are known as alkenes because they give oily product when they are allowed to react with halogens. So olefins, oil producer. Similarly, alkynes. Examples of alkynes, they have carbon-carbon triple bond in their molecules. Alkenes have carbon-carbon double bond in their molecules. So alkynes, examples of alkynes are ethyne. For example, this is the structure of ethyne. When it has 3 carbon atom, it is called propyne. When it has 4 carbon atom, it is called butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, and so on. They are also called acetylenes because all the alkynes are considered as the derivative of starting acetylene. This compound is also called ethine or acetylene, and the class is called acetylenes. S is put here. So these all the alkynes are considered as the derivatives of acetylene. That's why they are called acetylenes. Okay, they are also called alkynes, and they are characterized by the presence of carbon-carbon triple bond. Similarly, alkenes are characterized by the presence of carbon-carbon double bond, and alkanes are characterized by the presence of carbon-carbon single bond. So alkane have single bond, alkenes have double bond, and alkynes have triple bond. So this was something about the open chain or acyclic or aliphatic hydrocarbons. Now let me discuss another type of the hydrocarbons which are called closed chain or cyclic or ring hydrocarbon, HCS. So another type of hydrocarbons is called closed chain hydrocarbon or cyclic hydrocarbons or ring hydrocarbons. So these are the hydrocarbons in which carbon atoms link up together in such a way that they form at least one closed ring. The smallest ring is made up of 3 carbon atoms. It may be of 4 carbon atoms, it may be of 5 carbon, 6 carbon, 7 carbon, and many more. So Those hydrocarbons in which carbon atoms link up together to form close rings or cycles. Such hydrocarbons are called closed chain hydrocarbons. Example is, let's say, let me draw a 6 carbon ring compound. Each carbon has formed 2 bonds, so put 2 hydrogen with each carbon atoms. Okay, 2 hydrogen. So in short I shall write it is CH2, 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 CH2. This is called cyclohexane. Okay, so this is an example of closed chain hydrocarbon. But closed chain hydrocarbons are further divided into 2 types. One is called alicyclic hydrocarbon and other is called aromatic hydrocarbons. Alicyclic hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons which are in form of a cycle or ring, but the ring will have carbon-carbon single bonds only. They are also called cycloalkanes. So this means they are just like the alkanes because they have single bonds between carbon atoms, but they have been cyclized, so alkane with cyclization, that's why they are called cycloalkanes. They are alkanes, but they have been cyclized to form a ring or cycle. So these are called alicyclic hydrocarbons when they have a carbon-carbon single bond, and when they have a special character, just like single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. Each carbon has alternate single bond, double bond, single bond, alternate single and double bond system. You know, here each carbon is forming just 3 bonds, 1, 2, 3. So put 1 hydrogen here, so carbon will complete its 4 bonds. Again put 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen here, here and here. This is called benzene. This is called benzene. It can also be written in simplified form is, where are the double bonds? Here. So put double bond here. Here is double bond, so put double bond here. Here is a double bond, so put double bond here. In a very simplest way, it can be also represented as, all the alternate single and double bond system are shown by a ring. So these are the different structures of one compound, that is benzene. So these are called aromatic hydrocarbons. What are the aromatic hydrocarbons? These are the hydrocarbons which have alternate single and double bond system in their molecules. These molecules and these closed chain hydrocarbons which have alternate single and double bond system are called aromatic hydrocarbons. Actually, aroma is a term which means pleasant smell, perfume like smell, sweet smell. So actually, initially when first such compounds were discovered, they had a very sweet or perfume like smell. That's why they were known as aromatic. Aroma means pleasant smell. Okay, but later on some compounds were discovered which had no smell, but still they were aromatic. So smell has nothing to do with the aromatic character. Aromatic character is a special character which is actually the presence of alternate and single and double bond system. So this was something about the aromatic hydrocarbon. We will discuss in detail the alkane, alkene, alkynes and even the benzene in detail. Then you will see what is benzene, what are its reaction. So this is for time being. Now let me proceed towards my next topic. So students, we are now starting the next topic. If you can see in your book, alkanes and cycloalkanes. So this is my topic, and if you check below this topic, the term nomenclature is written. What is nomenclature? Actually, nomenclature is a system of naming chemical compounds. Chemical compounds. Not only organic but all types of compounds, they are named by a special system which is called nomenclature. So the scientists have developed a special system for naming of organic compounds which is called International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IUPAC system. So IUPAC system is a system which has some rules, and you may have two types of question in your paper. For example, they will have given you such structures, for example, and they will ask that name these structures. Similarly, there may be a question, write the rules for naming alkanes. So you not only understand how to draw and how to name these structures, but you have also learned the rules for naming alkanes. When you understand how to name it, then rules becomes quite easy, because you will name it by application of rules, and when you apply the rules, you will learn it. So the very first rule, the rule number 1 is that select the longest chain of carbon atoms which contain the maximum number of carbon atoms. For example, this compound is given to me. Here each carbon has formed 4 bonds. You can see this carbon has formed 1 bond, so 3 bonds are with hydrogen. This carbon has formed 2 bonds, so 2 bonds with hydrogen. This carbon has formed 3 bonds, so 1 bond with 1 hydrogen. So total each carbon has formed 4 bonds. So valencies are satisfied. So now let me select the longest chain. Let me count the number of carbon atoms and to select the chain. If I select this chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, this chain contains 4 carbon atoms. If I select this chain is the longest chain, count the number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbon atoms. So if I select this chain or this chain, it will give me maximum number of carbon atoms equal to 4. But if I select this chain, which is the straight chain, look at this. But remember that the longest chain will never be always the straight chain. It may be somewhat zigzag. So it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. So this is my longest chain, and 5 carbon, and this is the something about the alkanes. So 5 carbon alkane is called pentane. 5 carbon alkane is called pentane. So this is my chain, and this methyl group which is attached in form of a branch, it is called substituent, because if there were no methyl group, there would be 2 hydrogen atoms here. But if we attach 1 methyl here, we have to substitute one of the hydrogen. So 1 hydrogen is left and methyl gets attached. So these are called what? Branches or substituents. So there is one substituent. So select the longest chain and name it as by the number of carbon atoms, which are 5. So it is called pentane. This is called parent name, stem name, or skeleton name. Okay. So pentane is the stem or parent name here. But you must always name and locate the substituent as well. So this will be considered in the next rules. Now let me select the longest chain in another type of compound. Look at this compound. CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, and one branch is going towards this. Now I have to select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms in this compound. If I take the straight chain, it will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbon atoms. If I select this chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 carbon atoms. This chain gives me 4 carbon atom and this chain gives me 5 carbon atoms. But I also have another pattern through which I can count it. Look at here. If I goes in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it gives me the maximum number of carbon atoms. So once you have gone through this, then you can never come back towards this. Okay, so this is one-way traffic. There is no reverse gear, so you can never come back. So goes through and in one direction. So the straight chain give me 4 carbons, this chain give me 5 carbon, and this chain gives me 6 carbon. So I will select the chain with the maximum number of carbon atoms. So this is my parent chain or ring. Okay, so this is the first rule, how to locate it, so you can see how many carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the parent name will be hexane. The parent name here will be hexane. It is also called stem name or stem or skeleton or parent name. Okay, I also have to locate the position of the substituent and also the name of the substituent. But for that purpose, I have to number the carbon atoms. I shall start numbering by 1, 2, 3, 4. But from where to start the numbering? Numbering should be started from the end to which substituent is nearer. Look at this here, 1, 2, 3. Here the branch or substituent lies at the carbon number 3. From this side, 1, 2, 3. So from both sides, the branch or substituent lies at equal position. So I can start numbering from this side as well as from this side. F, the same substituent were here. If this substituent was attached here, then there will be some different situation. For example, look at this carbon. If I start numbering from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will give me the branch at the carbon number 4. But this numbering is wrong, because always start the numbering from the end to which substituent is present, to which the branch is nearer. So from this side, if I start numbering from this side, you saw that substituent is at carbon number 4. But if I start numbering from this end, the substituent will be at carbon number 2. So this is the correct numbering and this was incorrect numbering. Okay, so what will be the full name of this compound? You know, at carbon number 2, methyl group is present. So write the position number of carbon atom. Which carbon is this? Second. This number is called locant. 2. Second carbon branch is there. So I have written 2. This is a number. And now I am going to write the name of this substituent. You know, this is the first alkyl group, methyl. So its name is methyl, methyl. So at carbon number 2, methyl is present. So remember that between the number and name, you have to put the hyphen. And between name and name, nothing. Okay? So the full name of this compound is now 2-methyl-pentane. If this substituent is located here, now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you start from any point, it will give the same position of the substituent. So you can start the numbering from any end. Let's say I'm giving the numbering I'm starting numbering from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the branch is at the carbon number 3. So I shall write what? 3-methyl pentane. Similarly, look at this compound. 1, 2, 3, 4. The branch is at carbon number 4. From this end, 1, 2, 3. The branch or substituent lies at carbon number 3. So from this side, it is nearer. So I shall write what? Numbering from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon alkane is called hexane. So a third carbon methyl is present. So I shall write 3. Write the first letter capital. Remember that you must write the first letter capital. It is a one-word name. 3-methyl and hexane. There will be no space between the hexane and methyl. Name and name have no space. And always put a hyphen between the number and name. Okay? So remember these rules. So now let me proceed towards another rule. Let me locate the longest chain in this compound. Let me start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this chain and the straight chain both give me the maximum number of carbon atoms which are equal to 6. So I have two options. I can select this chain which encloses 6 carbon atoms. Similarly, I have another option. I can also take this red colored chain which also have the 6 carbon. So which chain is to be selected? So remember that if I select this red color chain, then there will be one huge branch. But if I select the chain which I have marked with green marker, this one, if I select this chain, it will give me how many branches? You know, this is the chain, one branch, 2 branch, 3 branch. This will give me 3 branches. So when two chains of equal length are in competition, always select the chain which gives us maximum number of branches or substituents. So I will select the chain which give me the maximum number of branches. If I select this chain, this will give me only one branch, that is a huge branch. If I select this chain, it will give me 3 branches or substituents. So I have selected this chain. Now the problem is with the numbering. You know, if I start the numbering from this end, and I can also start the numbering from this end, but from which end I should start the numbering? Check the position of the substituent or branch. Here 1, 2, 3, at 4th carbon there is a branch. But from this end, 1, 2, at second there are 2 branches. So start the numbering from this end. Okay, because branches are nearer, substituents are nearer from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there is a problem. There are 2 branches which are methyl, and you know, combined it C2H5. This is ethyl. 2 are methyl and 1 is ethyl. So what to do now with this? My parent chain contains 6 carbon atoms, so I shall write hexane. But before the name, the parent name, I have to show the substituents. So what to do? 2 substituents are there. Both are methyl. Methyl, the name methyl starts from M, and this is ethyl. Ethyl starts from E. You know which of these 2 comes alphabetically first? from ABC, which comes first? E come first. So show first that branch which comes first alphabetically. Okay, so they are named in alphabetical order. So I shall show ethyl is attached to third carbon, so I shall write 3 ethyl, and 2 methyl are present and both are attached to carbon number 2. So I shall write letter 2 twice. Both the methyl groups are attached to second carbon, so I shall write the locant 2 twice. And remember that I told you name and number are separated by hyphen. Again here that this is a name, again I am writing the number, so I put hyphen here, but separate the number and number from each other by comma. Okay, so 2 comma 2, what groups are these? Methyl. So 2 comma 2, again it's a name, methyl, and finally stem name, the hexane. Okay, so this was something about how to name the alkane, how to select the chain, and there may be something else, but we shall discuss it in class. For time being, this is enough. Learn it, and exercise you will have some such compounds, and you will be asked to write the name or to give the name or draw, or name will be given and they will ask that draw their structure. So from structure you have to name it, and from name you have to draw its structure. Both can be in papers, so practice it, and if you have some problem you can discuss with me. Okay, I thank you all.